Hello and welcome to the mothership. I am the leader of Cult of Lack. Your general, Lack Sivrak. How you guys doing? Excuse me. So look, if y'all get on Wikipedia, and I shared this article with a few people in the community. If you get on Wikipedia, oh yeah, I can't see that. Anyway, get on Wikipedia. There's a thing called List of Superhero Debuts. It's very interesting. Okay, and it starts from 1900. Okay, and so I just thought we'll try to keep this short, but I just wanted to name some people off of these lists. Now, some of these, I'll tell you, some of these are comics, some of them are film, whatever. I'll try to, whatever. Also, some of these they say, oh, this is not really a superhero, but it's on this list. Okay, so this is called List of Superhero Debuts on Wikipedia, which usually, I think Wikipedia is bullshit, but there's not really a whole lot of reason to lie about this, I think, which is cool. And some of the shit that you read on this article, because it's written by real people, is actually not the official thing. So in this case, the Wikipedia probably is better. So, 1902, Hugo Hercules in the Chicago Tribune, 1902. Okay. 1903, the Scarlet Pimpernel. Alright, I think I'm naming these because I think this will spark debate. The Scarlet Pimpernel obviously had a alter ego, you know. So you know, the Scarlet Pimpernel, there's a note here, often cited as perhaps the earliest superhero, the earliest idea of a superhero. We go into 1911, John Carter of Mars, which I think was always a fucking cool. I'd like to find those books. The book Princess of Mars, that's a book. Oh, also the Scarlet Pimpernel, was obviously a play in 1903. Because I want to tell you their first debuts because it's on here. So John Carter of Mars, 1911. It's from a book, Princess of Mars, which I think maybe was a serial in a magazine or something. Tarzan, the Ape Man, 1912, by the same creator of John Carter of Mars, Edgar Rice Burroughs. Shout out to Big Bad Bill at Weird Fantastic Toy Adventure Bill. He's a Tarzan fan, just like my dad. God bless you, brother. We jump to 1913 on this list. The Night Wind. And, it's by Varric Vanderay. Frederick Van Risselaar Die. So look that up. I've never even heard of The Night Wind. After The Night Wind, by creator Frank L. Packard, you have The Gray Seal in 1914. He debuted in The Adventures of Jimmy Dale, a book version of the 1914 and 15 stories in People's Magazine. The Gray Seal. After The Gray Seal, the next person on the list, 1915, is The Scarecrow, creator Russell Thorndike. From Dr. Syn, S-Y-N, A Tale of the Romney Marsh. Then, of course, we get to 1919. I've heard of the Scarecrow before, not the Batman Scarecrow. I think I know who that is, actually. My parents were born in 1943 and 1947, so. Anyway, after 1915, the Scarecrow, we jump to 1919. Johnson McCulley. Anybody know? The Curse of Caspistrano? Zorro, that's right. 1919 for Zorro. Let's see, we go into the 1920s. I'm sure there's others, but that's all that's on this list. So the next we go into 1920s, but it says notable non-superheroes characters that influence the superhero genre. The first one is the Red Shadow. The Red Shadow. A lot of people talk about the Shadow, but a lot of people don't remember the Red Shadow. I know Chris from 1000's Ghost, and probably Bill at Wild Fantastic. How come Chris at 1000 Ghosts and Weird Fantastic Toy Adventure Bill don't hang out? Those guys fucking probably could fucking talk for hours. Am I right? Excuse me. Anyway, the Red Shadow from 1926. He's from the Desert Song. Buck Rogers, 1929, from a newspaper comic, it says. Popeye, also 1929, from a newspaper comic. You know, is Popeye a superhero? I don't know. He has traits of it, right? Now, in 1930, as announcer voice, The Shadow, right? First appearance, Detective Stories. Then 1933 comes out The Lone Ranger, followed by Tonto, followed by 1936 with The Green Hornet, followed by, those were in radio. Those were all radio. The Shadow as the announcer in 1930. Lone Ranger, Tonto, and The Green Hornet, 33 and 36 on the radio. All right, now we get to The Shadow as a character. The Shadow as a character doesn't come out until 1931. And it says the first appearance is The Living Shadow, The Shadow magazine, #1. Then our friend Conan the Barbarian in 1932. Doc Savage in 33. Domino Lady in 36. Moon Man in 36. Now I remember when Captain Midnight hung out with the Moon Woman. Or was it the Moon Lady? I can't remember. But I remember that. But here's Moon Man. And hey, Domino Lady is from a book called Saucy Romantic Adventures, 1936. That might be worth a look. Moon Man, 1930. Moon Man, my good buddy, anyway, we call him Moon Man. Hey, Moon Man, I hope you're not dead. But anyway, Moon. The Moona from Zamunda. I miss you, Moon Man. And I love your dad. I know he's dead now. I heard he died. Uncle Mo. And I wasn't there. I'm sorry. I am sorry. And I ran with your Uncle Freddie a lot. Freddie Balls. Freddie Big Brass Balls. That's Moon Man's uncle. Y'all have heard me talking about Freddie Balls. We had a brother, Uncle Mo, who passed away. I can't believe I wasn't there. I love y'all, and I miss y'all. Anyway, hey, Zarnak comes out in 1936. Olga Minsner, 1937. The Avenger, 1939. Now here's some newspaper comics, because this is not in chronicle order. But 1931, by Chester Gould, obviously, Dick Tracy. Lee Falk, in 1934, comes out with Mandrake the Magician. 1935, Mel Graff, The Phantom. Lee Falk, again in 36. Oh, The Phantom, I'm sorry, Mel Graff in 35 is The Phantom Magician. Then Lee Falk in 36 comes out with The Phantom that we know. My bad. The Phantom Magician is from The Adventures of Patsy, April 1935, if anybody looks that up. And now let's see, non-notable superheroes. Again, they're saying Flash Gordon is a notable non-superhero character that influenced superhero genre. Dick Tracy, Dan Dunn, Flash Gordon. Dan Dunn, I'm not sure who that is, but so let's go into comic books for the 30s. We have Dr. Occult, Rose Psychic, Dinky, later to become one of the two Cyclone Kids, sidekicks to Red Tornado. 1936, The Clock. I remember I don't remember. I wasn't there in 36, but like I know old people who have talked to me about The Clock. Do I remember anything about it? No. But the first time I read The Clock, I was like, I know who that is. Later on, we'll read these. Y'all tell me in the comments who you want me to read, because so anyway, 1936, The Clock. Sheena, Queen of the Jungle, 1938. Dick Fullmine. It says Dick Fullmine, 1938. Superman, 1938. Zartana, 38. Commando. Harold Tex Thompson, 1938. The Fat Man, Bob Daly, 1938. Arrow, 1938. Crimson Avenger, Lee Travis, 1938. Wing, Namor the Submariner, 1939. The Guardian Angel, Hop Harrigan. Man, in the 30s, everybody's name is like You know, Hop Harrigan and Chip Chipley, Dan Doherty, Dan Dunn, Willie Wayne. Everybody's name was that in the 30s. Weird. Batman, 1939. Everything we've named up till now there's been no Batman. Now there's a Batman. 1939, there's a Batman. Wonder Woman, Fox Publications, 1939. Ma Hunkel and Sisty, later to become Red Tornado, one of her two sidekicks, the Cyclone Kids, respectively, 1939. The Flame, Gary Preston, 1939. Sandman, Wesley Dobbs, 1939. Blue Beetle Dan, 1939. Green Mask, 1939. Bozo the Iron Man. That's right, 39. Invisible Hood. These are all going to be 39. The Invisible Hood from Smash Comics. Amazing Man from Amazing Man Comics. The Human Torch. There's someone most of us probably remember. The Human Torch. Marvel's Human Torch, 1939. Angel, Thomas Halloway, also Marvel. Shock Gibson, Brookwood Publications, 1939. Magician from Mars, Jane, 6EM35. Amazing Man, that's Amazing Man Comics. What the fuck? Ultraman, Gary Concord, All American Comics. Stardust, the Super Wizard. Oh, that motherfucker. You know that motherfucker probably does some crazy shit. Fox Feature Syndicate. Stardust, the Super Wizard. Samson, from Fantastic Comics, Fox Feature Syndicate, 1939. Doll Man. Hey, Rick. Feature Comics, number 27. Creator Will Eisner. Quality Comics, 1939. Doll Man. How about that, motherfucker? And then, finally, ending up 1939, the next episode will go from the 40s on. We'll start 1940 in the next episode. 12 minutes. Ending 1939 in December with The Wizard. MLJ Comics, Archie Comics. Creator Will Haar, Ed Asher Jr. Top Notch Comics. So what do y'all think of that? I think this is a very interesting thing. List of superhero debuts. Y'all go through that list, whatever. I sent this out to some people. Let's talk about some of these. Join us in February. Join Lack Sivrak and the PGM show together on a whole new show called The Swing Shift with your hosts, Lack and Pete, where we will be talking about all manner of things. I believe our first few episodes may be fairly centered around obviously collecting and what we collect in ourselves and our friends in the community. But, I think me and Peter both have interests in golden age of superheroes and history in general. And we've had quite a few conversations. We're both big fans of... Hold on. Where are you? We're both very big fans of The Phantom. And I have another one in a box over there. But, yeah, join us. And join me next time. We're just going to call this list, I don't know, we'll name this something so you know what it is. And when I make the next one, you'll know what it is, right? So join me on the next episode of List of Superhero Debuts, where we start off in 1940. Today we went from 1900 to 1939. Thank you for joining us on the Mothership. We appreciate you. We appreciate everybody. Blue Sasquatch, that's for you right there. CB Hunts, this is for you. Rolando, I'm sorry, I need Banditos. You don't get the custom I made of you yet. Blue Sasquatch, that's also for you. And here's fucking Mr. Hooper's fucking store, which obviously is made for Playmobil figures. How crazy is that? Something's wrong. Something's wrong. I gotta go. I don't mean like I have to take a shit. I mean like I cracked a rib the other day. And I keep worrying that something's like loose in there. I don't want it to like cut something. Anyway, love you guys. Ano ba si siya?